Okay, today we're going to do an assignment that is called the Colored Ranch House. We're going to open up an old photograph called Ranch House. This photo comes with all when you buy a Photoshop, and it's just a nice sample to use. It's an old black and white photo. Now, back in the day, before color photography, a lot of photos were colored, and they had to be hand tinted because there wasn't color film, and so they would actually paint onto the photographs. So if I just go to the internet quickly here and put in old colored photo, you will see some images here that they used to do. They would take a photograph and they would color them. Like this photo here, Einstein was never, that picture was never in color, but someone has gone in and made it look very realistic in color. Other photographs didn't look fully in color, but look at this one. That one looks like it was really in color. They actually hand tinted it and painted it. Pretty amazing. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make a color and colorize this photograph. Now the first thing you want to do is work with your layers here. I'm going to peel my layers off so you can really see my layers here. In the layers palette, let's make a brand new layer. It's create new layer. You click on this and it puts a layer right above the one you're working on. And to rename that layer, you just click on layer 1 here, just double click, and we're going to call this hat. So you want to name your layers so you can really find your layers a lot easier. Then we're going to take the lasso tool, the regular lasso tool, and we're just going to lasso on this hat. Now what you want to do is you want to bring this bigger on your screen. So let's go to the zoom tool, zoom this up a couple times, and we're going to take the lasso now and we're going to lasso around the brim of this hat with our mouse. It's not easy to draw around the brim because the mouse is hard to draw, but we'll do the best I can here. Okay, then we're going to take our paintbrush, make a brand new color. So just take your color, foreground color here, and set that. Here's your color picker. I'm going to make a nice green, ugly looking green. Use your brackets to make a smaller brush, and you can just paint right on top of that hat. Command D gets rid of the marching ants, and turn the opacity down of your layer here, the hat layer. You can see through it so it looks like it's a green hat. Use your paintbrush and a smaller brush to fix where you made mistakes. And if you go outside the lines like I have here, take your eraser tool with a smaller brush using your bracket keys, and you can go in and you can erase to fix, let me make this 100%, to fix where you make mistakes. I'm going to go to the jacket here. Let's make a new layer. Double click and call this jacket. And then we're going to take our lasso tool and lasso the jacket. In this case, though, we're not going to use our paintbrush. I'm not doing a very good job here. In this case, we're not going to use our paintbrush. We're going to try a new tool. It's hidden underneath the gradient tool. So the gradient tool's here. You hold down the gradient tool and go to your paint bucket and pick a different color. And just click on it once with your paint bucket. It just floods it in. Command D gets rid of the marching ants. And then your opacity, turn it down, got a pink jacket. And again, if you go to your paintbrush, it's the same color still, same opacity change. You can go in here and fix up where you made mistakes. And again, if you go over the top too much, just take your eraser and erase to make it perfect. Okay? Let's scroll down to our boots. Now, if you hold down the Shift key, you'll see a hand. Then you can move around. So any tool you're in, if you use the Shift, not sorry, the Shift key, the space bar, you can move around your photograph. Make the boots up bigger here. And we can start painting right on things, but the lasso, it makes it a little bit more precise. Makes it a little bit quicker. You wouldn't think so, but it makes it quicker actually if you lasso things. Okay, now in this case, instead of painting on it, we're going to use the we're going to use the paint bucket again. And come to the top right here where it says foreground, change that to pattern. And notice right here, look at these patterns. And if you want to add more patterns, you click on the sprocket and artistic surfaces, hit a pen so it puts it at the end of it. There's a bunch of artistic surfaces. You can add as many as you want here. You click the arrow here, sprocket, rock patterns, append, and they got rock patterns. I'm still going to use the standard one here. I'm going to use a tie-dye. I'm just going to dump tie-dye in. Oop, I didn't make a new layer, which looks pretty good still here, but let's go back in time. Command-Option-Z, make a new layer, call it boots. Okay, and then we'll paste it. And then we can turn down the opacity. Command-D. Wow, those are wild boots. Okay. Command-0, you can see everything all at the same time. Now let's say, I don't want a green hat or I don't want a pink goat. I can go to my green hat layer, Command-U, which is hue and saturation, and I can play with the hue. I can go to my coat layer, jacket, Command-U. So I can make these more realistic. If I want to make it a little less saturated, I can just turn saturation down. Now let's do the door. Make a new layer. Call it door. Now when you make a new layer, I was on the jacket layer, it puts the new layer right above where you're working. It doesn't put it on top, it puts it just right above the one you're working on. I'm going to put this layer there. I'm going to double click and call it door. I'll call it door frame. Let's just do the frame. I'm going to put that right on top. And then I'm going to take my marquee tool. The marquee tool, the rectangular one, I can just click and drag. And then take my paint bucket. Make sure it's not patterned right now. Let's go back to foreground. And I'll pick a nice yellow. Command-D. Go back again to your rectangular marquee tool. So this tool makes it great to draw straight lines. Paint bucket, Command-D, paint bucket, change the color. I'm doing these just some fun colors just to show you what you can do. Turn down the opacity of that layer. So I'm never on my background. I'm always on a brand new layer. Right next to the trash can, you create brand new layers. Now the door we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to paint a photo on it. To do that, we're going to go to File and Open. And I'm going to open up the palm tree. Command-A to select it all. And Command-C to virtually copy it. So Command-A, Command-C. If you're on a PC, it'd be Control-A and Control-C. Now I'm going to paste that into the door. Here's how you do it. You take don't make a new layer. Just take your rectangular marquee tool, drag a box over your door, and go to Edit, Paste Special, Paste Into. Move tool, and you can move it around. It's stuck inside the door. Command-T, and you can see the edges, and you can make this smaller so it really fits inside the door here. Cool. Turn your opacity down that layer. See, it made a new layer for you. Looks like it's painted on the door. That's kind of neat. Now the next one's kind of more advanced. We're going to go to the, well, first off, let's open another picture. File and Open. Let's go to the peppers. Command-A and Command-C. Now they're virtually copied. We're done with that. Let's go to our Type tool and hold down on the Type tool. Hold down and go to the Type Mask tool, the horizontal Type Mask tool. Let's pick a nice thick type font, Poplar, and don't worry about the color. Let's go in here and change it to 48 point and click right above the boots once. And I'm going to type my last name. check mark. Now you've got marching ants going around it. So just like this tool shows, it's going to put marching ants around your name. So now that you've got the marching ants, after you do the check mark, edit, paste special, paste into, move tool, and now those are stuck inside your name. Command T, and you can spread those out. I could imagine like a Food Network, hit check mark. A Food Network having this as like the name of their magazine each month, and they've got different things inside their name. How cool. Now let's add some things special to this. Let's make, oh, by the way, if I want to move my name up or down, if I go to move it, it just moves the peppers. If I go to move my name here, it just moves my name. But if I click in between the two, it links them together. So now I can move it, the whole thing. Let's do some special things to it. Let's go to Effects, Drop Shadow. Looks neat. Bevel Emboss. Cool stuff. So today we've learned how to paint on different layers, not the originals. We've learned how to change the colors of those layers using Command U or Hue and Saturation. We've also gone in and pasted a photo on top of things, or paste them in to things. To move them around, we can click in between and we can move everything around, the photo and the box. We've learned how to use our name to paste things into. Uncheck the link and we can move just the name, or on the peppers we can move the peppers. And adding some effects. This is called the Ranch House.